Hey everyone, Margaret Hernandez, CEO and founder of socializela.com. And I am very excited to talk to you about this topic. I actually have been wanting to talk about this for at least 3 months because I feel like there's a lot to be said. And I still talk to people that are unfamiliar with the co-working space environment. So if I can help someone make some decisions, then great. But most importantly, I really want to also talk about how important co-working has been to the growth of my company. And the very first co-working space I had was in Pasadena, where as you know, I really fully launched and grew my business in Pasadena for 5 years. And I was there at Cross Campus on Raymond. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I had my own dedicated desk on the 8th floor looking at City Hall. And it was just such an inspiring moment for me as a young business owner, having space in this incredible building, looking over one of the most iconic buildings in Los Angeles. And here I was having a piece of it. And that's what co-working does. Co-working allows you to have space in a location that you probably would never lease or would never need to or never want to, especially as a small business owner. So, I have so much to say. I made some notes, but I'm probably going to go off on a few tangents. So if you have questions, you can put them in the comments. I won't be able to see them during this broadcast, but I will go back and I will respond later. So things to consider about co-working. Size and space. So not all co-working spaces are created equal. There are some that are very small. There are some that are very, lots of space, lots of floors, lots of options. My recommendation is to really sit down before you go and look at a co-working space and say, how much am I willing to spend? What am I willing to spend on this? And, what am I looking for? Am I looking for a place to meet people? Am I looking for a place to get away from a very, loud house? Do I need a place to be inspired? Do I need some place to use a whiteboard? Do I need a place to house my triple monitors? Like all of these questions are, relevant to the space that you decide to choose. So my next co-working space was the WeWork network. Now, WeWork is probably among the most popular all over the world. They have a global business. And if you have certain memberships with WeWork, basically you can go to any of their locations in the world. I was a member for many years. Once I moved my company from Pasadena, I went to WeWork in the Fine Arts Building in downtown LA. And then I went to the, oh my gosh, what building is it? Is it not the US Bank? The Gas Tower building in downtown LA, different vibe than Fine Arts. And that's the thing too with WeWork. Some of their locations or any co-working space, some of them are more corporate, some of them are more laid back. For me, what I have found is that I do prefer a more laid back co-working environment for myself because like most days I just like to be very casual. I don't want to feel like I have to get ready and like in a proper business attire outfit. That's just not the way I work. So yeah, I prefer a more laid back structure. As I have, workout pants on right now. So that's WeWork. And the nice thing about WeWork again is that if I was in New York or, in any other city that had WeWorks, I have my little black card and I could just go and I could use the common space at all of these spaces. So that was really nice. I don't want to talk down about any particular co-working, but for me, the front desk staff is extremely important to the experience, and it's important to me that I don't feel like I'm bothering you when I have a question, because I'm going to have questions. And that's just really important. So when you're working with a larger organization too, it's hard sometimes to always have the right people in the right positions. I've run into some really great people in WeWork. Their faces are coming through my mind right now, and I really appreciate them and what they've done over the years. But I was in WeWork for about 5 years, and then I left WeWork, and I don't remember where I went after that. I also had a membership. So there's so you have your traditional co-working, but you also have these business memberships. So I'm a member at the City Club in downtown Los Angeles, which is another part of a big network club court. And so there you can go and you can visit, different business clubs in different cities and so on and so forth. I also joined a smaller co-working space for women called WIT, Women in Tandem, and I love WIT. Unfortunately, through the pandemic, they chose to pivot into a different direction, and hopefully one day we'll reopen a physical location, but you can still follow them on Instagram and be inspired. They are very near and dear to my heart, and I will be their fan for as long as they're around. So that's WIT, Women in Tandem. They're in Riverside, California. So I do have a lot of space that I cover geographically. So when I say I've tried co-working spaces and I've visited and I've been a member, like I've done it all. So let's talk the now. I want to give a huge shout out to Biz House in Costa Mesa, which is one of our main locations. So now we have 2 main locations, Biz House and the Harlem Collective. Harlem Collective is brand new to me. I just got a space here probably within the last 10 days. But what I wanted something that was, like I said, I want something that it's casual yet extremely productive environment. And I have this beautiful conference room. I've gone live here many times already. I'm obsessed with the brick behind me. So those are the types of things I look for. It's like, where can I go live? What is my desk going to look like? What's the vibe here? And I'm so productive here, and that's all that matters to me. I'm at the Harlem Collective now. I'm in New York, and they have a cafe too, which is a plus. Not every co-working space has a cafe. So every morning I have coffee or a spindrift if I want to treat myself. Lots of ice. I love ice. And so I have that all at my disposal. The staff here has been amazing. And but Biz House, I've been with Biz House now for over a year. And in my opinion, they have been the best of the best of the best of the best. Yes, of all the co-working spaces that I've been to. In over a year, the way they have supported my business in more than just being an address, more than just being a place where I house, my company. They are part of my team. I feel like I can call Chris or send him a message and he'll help me through whatever, challenge I'm facing. And, as far as like space or collecting a package. And as you know, I travel a lot. So I've been gone. And you might say, well, why do you still keep that space? Well, because I still go to Southern California, and I have a company that needs a home. And so it just makes me, as a business owner, I just feel so confident in what I have in that space and that I belong in that space that it's just so important to me. They have helped me as I've grown, as I've moved, just totally team players. The owners are amazing. They have locations in um, Marina Del Rey, and they have Costa Mesa, and then there's one more. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what your third one is, but go to their website. I will put that in the, I'll add that into the show notes. I didn't do that. But I do want to say just how amazing they are. And if you're looking for space in LA or Orange County, 100% do it. Now, Socialize LA, you would think would be in their LA office, but no, I like the Costa Mesa office because I like to be, I'm kind of in the middle. I have family in the Inland Empire, and then I have a lot of clients and business activities, boards that I sit on in Los Angeles. So Costa Mesa is just a really good central location. Again, very laid back, and it's an 8-minute drive to Newport Beach. So in those early months where I was spending a lot of time in Costa Mesa, you would see me running on the beach a lot because it was right there. So that's something else to consider is location. So location is probably the last thing I'll be able to talk about because I have a meeting in 6 minutes. But your location, what's around you? Are there places to eat? I remember when I was at the fine arts, I was too distracted. I was too distracted, and because I had all these stores near me, Zara, Mac, Target, Macy's. I mean, it was just way too much. So that's actually why, now that I'm thinking about it, that's why I moved to the gas tower building, because the gas tower building had nothing. They had a Starbucks. And so I'm like, when I'm in the office, I seriously need to be in the office working. I don't need to be like eating, having 2-hour lunches. I need to just like eat at my desk and work, because it's not like I go to the co-working spaces all the time. So I needed to go there for very specific reasons. So think about that. And then one last co-working space I actually want to hit on is Work Life in London. Work Life had the same charisma attitude as Biz House. And I want to thank them for their amazing hospitality while I was in London. They will be my go-to when I go back to London. I had the privilege of visiting at least 7 of their locations. They're all over the city, and I just love them all. But I can't say enough about them, and they have the network as well. So I paid one fee, and then I had a card, and I was able to get into any of them. And one really awesome experience I had, and this was only my second time to London, when I spent 2 months there. Okay. So I still was like figuring things out, did not know a lot of people. And it was a Sunday, it was raining, and I was thinking about just staying home that day. And I thought, no, I'm going to go explore. I'm going to go to Soho. Okay. This is probably like my first or second week in the city. And as a girl from Southern California, rain is like one of those things that is like not in my wheelhouse. Like I have to get used to being out in the rain, living in the rain, and all of that. But I got into an Uber and I just picked a place in Soho. It was the Park. And the Uber driver, for whatever reason, was like, I can't get you there, but if you get out here, you just walk down the street and it's on the left-hand side. And I said, okay, fine. Well, I get out of the Uber and I look to my left and I see the Work Life sign, and it was their Soho location. It was a Sunday. It was pouring rain, and I looked down in my bag and I had my card, and I'm like, could I possibly get into this building right now with this card? So I go, I swipe, and I'm inside of this gorgeous building in Soho. I have coffee, I can charge my phone, I can regroup myself, I can let the rain let up. And I just felt like, wow, I really belong. Like I have in a sense a home because of my affiliation with this co-working space. So I'm telling you, co-working is not just about sitting at a desk and working. It's a lifestyle. It is networking. I've met so many people, amazing people. Some co-working spaces have like an online app. The Harlem Collective, they have an online app. Biz House uses Slack, which makes it really nice. And I've connected with so many people in all the different spaces there as well. But that's it for now. There's a lot more to talk about. If there's anything that you specifically have a question about, please let me know. If you want to be connected with any of the co-working spaces that I mentioned, if I have a connection, I am happy to send that to you. And I think that's it. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.